Quilts. Today is Friday, May 29th, and I am back for my stitching update. It has been 2 weeks since my last one, and so I hope you've all been well and you've been stitching and making and creating all of the things. If you are brand new to my channel, welcome. This is a video podcast about cross-stitching and sometimes quilting. However, if you are not interested in seeing the quilts, I do show those in the second half of my video, and I let you know in plenty of time that they will be making their appearance, so that way, if you are not interested, you can go on to the next Flosstube video. However, if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Before I get any further into my video, I do want to say a special hello to my nephew, Evan, and my niece, Zoe. My brother called last week and told me that they still come back every 2 weeks to watch the first little part of my video to catch up and see what we are all up to. So thank you so much for stopping by. We are all doing well, and we love and we miss you, and we hope that we get to see you both very soon, as well as your little baby sister Madeline, whom we have not had the pleasure of meeting yet. I don't want to say that I don't know that we'll see you this summer, but I don't know. You just never know. I might see you this summer. However, I'm always available via FaceTime or Google Hangouts, so you can just call me anytime you want. I'm always here. And thank you so much for stopping by. We are all doing very, very well. Both Allison and Ethan are still in school. They have like a week and a half left. I think pretty much Ethan's done June 8th. That's the last day that he has to turn in his assignments. And then the school year officially ends on Wednesday. Allison has her finals, not next week, but the week after, and then she'll be done with her freshman year of college. I can't believe it's went by so fast. They're already kind of talking about that the fall term will be mostly online, but I don't know. I think everything's just kind of up in the air right now. Our state is opening up. Our county is in phase 1 and has been since Friday. So Ethan was able to get his hair cut. He was looking like the bush monster. And the moment I saw that Supercuts was open, I called up and was able to get him in like within the first 15 minutes. I mean, I was talking to him on the phone, and 15 minutes later he was on his way to get his hair cut. So I was really glad that he was able to do that. And then Hobby Lobby opened up, and so my grandma and I went yesterday, and it was the first time I'd been to Hobby Lobby since February. And I was a little bit disappointed. When you go in, you expect that you're going to be greeted by all this amazing, crafting and decorations and, galore. And instead the shelves were all bare. And I don't know if they had like a big sale and everyone went in and emptied everything out, or if they had taken everything off the shelves and were in the process of restocking. So I don't know, but it was good to get out. It does feel a little bit weird when you do go someplace that you haven't been in a while. I don't know, you feel really weird, and nobody makes eye contact. And I don't know, it's very quiet. There's no, I don't know, it's very weird. But our county entered phase 1, and I don't know if that goes for, 30 days or 2 weeks. I don't know how long it goes before we enter the next phase. So hopefully things will just kind of slowly start opening up. But I know that everything is being canceled. There's like no events going on this summer. And it's going to be very interesting to kind of see what happens and what the summer holds for us. Or maybe it'll just continue to be Groundhog Day every day until the fall gets here. Anyway, so that's pretty much the update on us. This video is not going so well so far. You guys don't know because you're seeing the polished version, but let me just tell you that I am like on the struggle bus with this video today. I do not understand why that is. I feel like I haven't done a video in like 2 years, and I'm just sitting down to film my first one. And everything, I start talking, and everything that comes out of my mouth, I'm just like, what am I talking about? And I'm sure it probably sounds really, really good, but honestly, my battery's gonna die if I don't just get it together. So maybe now that I've had that little talking to myself, I'll be able to like get it together. So, deep breath, right? Over the past 2 weeks, I did receive some wonderful happy mail. And I love getting cards in the mail. I know that I've said this a couple of different times, but anytime you guys send me a card, I keep it because my goal is to get a scrapbook and I'm going to put all of the cards in it and keep it so that way, you know, long after these, you know, I stop doing these videos and years down the road, I can look through all of the notes and the cards that you sent and read through it and remember your kindness and everything. And so I love getting the cards in the mail and I appreciate it and thank you so much. And I love all of your sweet notes. Just, it absolutely makes my day. So I was contacted by Michelle and she sent me this beautiful handmade card. Such a sweet note, thank you. And she told me that she had made something that she wanted to send my way. And so she made, and I'm gonna refer to it as a scissor holder. But what it is it's a wooden spool and she has attached felt that she hand embroidered and then attached buttons too for the flowers. And it's so cute. And this I have sitting, so I do all of my stitching in bed in the evenings. And so I have this on my nightstand and I have a pair of scissors in it and I love it. It's so cute. Thank you so much. I just love it. Thank you. It is, I'm always going to use it and treasure it and just thank you so, so much. I'm pretty positive that on Instagram, Michelle is under the Woolen Willow or a combination of that name. And I will make sure that I put the link to her Instagram. And if I'm wrong, and I will look while I'm editing this video, I'll flash it across the bottom if I've said that wrong. And I also know that she has a personal Instagram account too as well. And this is what it looks like, the picture that she sent me. And then this. I just love it. It's so cute. I love looking at it. I love picking it up and looking at the dainty little flowers. It's just so wonderful. So thank you so much. She also included this awesome little, see, this is where I get mixed up because I know what it is. My mind's like working 800 miles an hour. This is a bookmark and I use these all the time. I use them not only in, you know, books I'm reading, cookbooks, anything I need to, you know, hold my place. These are so great and I use them all the time. So thank you so much. I hope that I'm gonna be really disappointed if I've like totally botched my video because you guys are probably going, it's fine, but trust me when I say that I started doing these videos an hour ago and I've just barely got to where the first half is done, the second half is done, and now I'm in this part of the video because I have to do it in small little segments so that way it uploads faster. But yeah, I've been at this for an hour. It's ridiculous, it's absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, so happy mail. So I received a card from Sandra, who is my fairy floss mother, and she sent me some skeins of Gem Arts. And she knows that I use these, so this is Midnight, and this is Apple Cider. And she knows that I use both of these, and she had them, and she wasn't using them, and she sent them my way, so thank you so much. I need these both so bad, especially the Apple Cider, which is super hard to find right now. And I think I would have already had these put with the projects that they're gonna go with, but I wanted to make sure that I showed them. And thank you so much. Thank you for your sweet card. You guys spoil me rotten, honestly, you do. And then from Linda, I received this beautiful card and she wrote me the sweetest note. And thank you so much. I have read your note many times since its arrival, and thank you so much. You're so sweet and kind. And she also included a skein of Classic Colorworks Cherry Cobbler, which is the best red. I use it in a lot of stuff. It is absolutely the best red. It goes great for Christmas, for 4th of July. And see, with the Midnight, it's the perfect complement. Looks good in all sorts of summer stitches. So thank you so much. And then last weekend, I got home to find this package on my doorstep. And I knew I hadn't ordered anything. And when I opened it up, I discovered that Dora sent me another package of wonderful stash. So she went through her stash, she was destashing, and she decided to send her stash onto me, which is so sweet because almost every single thing that she sent me, that chart-wise I had on my wish list or had been in and out of my cart over the past couple of months. And it was so fun to, you know, pull everything out and you know, look at it, and it just totally made my day. So one of the things she sent was a package of fabric. And I love it all. Thank you so much. There's like one piece of fabric missing, and that's because it's in my mystery quilt. It was the perfect shade that I needed for my mystery quilt. And so there's only one missing out of the whole bundle, but I wanted to keep everything together so that way when I did my video, I could show you. So she also sent me these cute little scissors. I love scissors, they're my weakness. And there's some little ones that are the Eiffel Tower. And then this little scissor fob that goes with that. So cute. I love scissors. I collect them. She also included was a package of pieces of different counts of linen, which are great for ornaments. So thank you. And I've had so much fun. I've pulled all of the stuff out of the packages, and I've been through it like 100 times since it arrived on my doorstep. And then she also included a couple skeins of the DMC that is variegated, and some more pieces of linen that are a little bit larger in size. And so those are great for little, even just little ornaments or little, not necessarily the ornaments, but the ones that are just like little, they're the perfect size. So thank you so much. And then she also included the Civil War sampler book, which I have read through this thing twice, and it is chocked full of all sorts of wonderful sampler blocks that I know that I am going to be making very soon. And I definitely now want to make the Civil War quilt that is in the back. Let me show you really quick. I know a lot of you guys probably aren't interested in this, but this is what the quilt looks like. So a lot of fun blocks. So that's going to be fun collecting back quarters for that one. And then she also sent me a big package of all sorts of charts, and I will go through those really quickly. So I don't want to make this video too terribly long. Here is a cow thread keeper, which is amazing. I love this. And from Country Cottage Needleworks, this is Happy Fall, Y'all. And Early Workings Christmas Wish, which I think I might stitch on this one during July for like a Christmas in July. And from Cottage Garden, August Poppy. And from the Primitive Hare, this is Victorian Christmas Pinwheel. And then she also included, it's a little, you can put your, you know, when you're going someplace and you need to put like your scissors, and it's a little like holder for your tools. I'm not sure what the official name of it is. And then there is this chart. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but it's from Nikki's Creation. It's a bunch of little ornaments. And then you can put all the ornaments together for a sampler. And these cute pins. And of course, the cutest card ever. Thank you so much. I love that. And the Prairie Schooler. And this is Jenny Bean's Christmas Sampler. And there is Flag Day at the Potting Shed, which when I went to Hobby Lobby, I was looking because it fits in a little, is it a collage? A little glass dome, and the finished piece is in a tart, and then the dome fits over your stitch piece in the tart. And I was trying to find one, and I didn't have any luck. So I'm gonna keep my eye out and hope to find one. Otherwise, I bought something else that, because I'm planning on stitching that one soon, and because it's just a little thing. And so I do have a tiny little tart pan that I found at Hobby Lobby, but I'm hoping in the meantime maybe I'll be able to find the the dome, because I think that would be really cute to, you know, have as a decoration. The next thing is Holiday Hoopla Halloween by Brenda Gervais. I love this one. I've had this one on my wish list and in my shopping cart 100 times and taken out 100 times, or it's sold out before I could buy it. From Heartstring Samplery, Festive Little Fobs, Barnyard Edition. So cute. My Country La-Di-Da. I love this one. And from Heartstring Samplery, Long May She Wave. I love this one too. I just saw this one finished a couple of days ago in one of the Facebook groups I'm in. This is The Christmas Wish by Brenda Gervais. I also saw this one finished not too long ago and loved it. Little House Needlework Suffrage Act, which I probably need to get that one stitched up this year since it's the anniversary. And then there is it's a Valentine kit, and it has everything you need to make the little pillow. And from Rovaris, I'm just gonna call this one Summer. So cute. And then from Blackbird Designs, 'Tis the Season Sewing Bag. And Heart and Hand Halloween Night. That one would not take very long at all. And Bird in the Hand from Heart and Hand. So that would be perfect because I don't have hardly anything for Valentine's Day. And then this one I've had on my wish list, and I've had it in my shopping cart a ton. And this is Witch's Night Out. I love it. And I think I might make it into a little pillow. And then Autumn in Baltimore, which I love this entire series. And I love this one, and this one has been in and out of my shopping cart a whole bunch. It's I like the whole series of this, and then there's the Schoolhouse series, which also always makes its way into my shopping cart, and then it's back on my wish list, and put it back in my shopping cart, back on the wish list. The next one is Holiday Hoopla Thanksgiving, which this will be perfect for my seasonal tree. And then this is from Plum Street Samplers, Eliza Pennant 1726. Love it. And then A Quaker Christmas by Bygone Stitches. I just saw this one finished not too long ago, and it is gorgeous. And from Handwork Samplers, I think it's the 1836 Sauvine. I can't even say that. Palp Raymond Sampler. Love it. Love it. And Delaney Wood's Treasures. This is Flag Scissor Keep. Those would both be perfect for my seasonal tree. And then from the Primitive Hare, Pumpkin Pie. So thank you so much, Dora. You've spoiled me absolutely rotten. And I've so enjoyed going through all of the, just about every day. I'm in there going through all of it I want to stitch. Thank you so much for sharing your stash with me. I appreciate it. And just thank you to all of you guys. You guys spoil me absolutely rotten. You really do. And you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I also did get a little bit of haul. Most of the haul that I got was linen and threads, and all of those I've divvied up because I've been in this mood lately where I'm kitting everything. And I don't know why. I just feel the need to kit everything. And I don't know if it's because, whenever you turn on the news, they tell you that in the fall, everything's going to shut down again. And maybe I'm, like a squirrel, I'm just sort of hoarding everything until that happens. And then once they shut everything down again, then I'll have tons of stash. I'm not really sure. But all I know is I have been kitting everything in my stash. I don't know. But I did make a couple of purchases. So, Hello by Liz Matthews, or from Liz Matthews. Hello from Liz Matthews. Sorry, Liz. She has her, there's the trees that she does. And so back at the beginning of the year, she was taking her old patterns and she was redoing them and then re-releasing. And then she was re-releasing them into her shop, but then she was also designing new stuff. And so she had these Christmas trees, and I loved them. And I made some comment in my video that I knew that I was going to get those because I love Christmas trees. If you've followed me for any length of time, I love trees. there's my year-round tree. But I collect Christmas trees, and so she sent me the first 2 in the series, and then this one was the 3rd one. And so I was waiting. I already know exactly how I'm gonna fully finish them and everything, and I've known since the day she showed them. I've known exactly. And so when she released this one, I pre-ordered it from a Stitch and Frog, and it came this past week. So now all I have to do is find linen, because I like this, the green that she used, which is it's kudzu linen from Weeks Dye Works. And so I like this color. It would be perfect. It that particular color would match all of my Christmas stuff that I put in this room. And then the other 2 trees will be like a cream, sort of like a vintage country mocha, but a little bit lighter than that. And then I know how I'm gonna fully finish it. So my plan is to start stitching them also during July for like Christmas in July. And then on Facebook, in one of the groups that I was in, Marty Barrick had announced that she was about ready to release this one. And I saw it, I loved it, and I told her that I could not wait, and she like wrote me back, and it was really cool. I was like, oh my gosh, she's writing me back. But when she showed this, I fell in love with it. I just love the colors. It's gonna go into my kitchen. I already know where. I'm gonna frame it, and I love it. I just absolutely love it. And yeah, so I was really excited, and it was gonna be into her shop in a couple of days or very soon. And then she had posted, it was either the next day or the day after that, it was available in her shop. So I went and I ordered it, and it came the other day, and it came with this. So this just shows her recent designs. And then she wrote, I was the first person to buy it. I'm like, that's so cool. So yeah, I'm very excited to work on that one. I haven't quite decided yet what colors I want to use, because it is charted. The call for a thread is NPI, and I don't think my budget would allow that, because you need 3 skeins of each. So I probably will just do it in DMC. But yeah, I love it. So that was my haul. Or I should say my stash enhancements. And other than that, it's just all thread and some linen, and just kind of, it's coming from everywhere, just trying to track down everything that I need. In my last video, I showed that I had got Lila Studios Halloween Quaker, and a lot of you guys recommended that I should stitch it with the called for threads instead of doing it in the DMC, because the called for threads just really make it. And so I went ahead and I did a little extra work, and so I treated myself and I bought the threads, the called for threads. Anyway, so I'm gonna clean up my mess, and then I'm gonna show you what I've been working on now that I've been blathering for 20 minutes. All right, so let's talk about what I've been working on this past couple of weeks. I don't remember if I showed this in my last video or not. There was one video where I completely forgot to show it, and I had been working on it. So this is Land of the Free by Blackbird Designs. I get a lot of questions. I get a lot of questions in regards to what issue this comes out of. And it came out of a cross stitch and needlework magazine. And I think, based on the fact that if you look up here on the roof, it says 2011. I'm guessing if you searched for Cross Stitch and Needlework Magazine 2011, it would be maybe in the spring edition. I'm not really sure. It doesn't really say. I know that you can still find the magazine on eBay. And then some people said that they had it in their stash and they forgot all about it, and they were going to pull it out and start working on it. That's really all I know about it. The chart was gifted to me by Dora, so she spoils me rotten. Here is my progress so far. I did put this down for a little while, and then I picked it back up. The reason why I put it down was I wasn't sure about the colors. I wasn't sure that I liked the mustard for the windows. but I just decided to go for it, and I went ahead and put 2020. I don't have very much farther to go. I just have the wording. I need to finish the vine here. There's some flowers that are done with a fancy stitch. I think it's a Samira stitch. And then there is a little bit of a border that goes this way. So it goes up here and then across. And then there's a bird up in here, and then it's done. So it's pretty close. And I've been working on this one for a while. I thought I was gonna get it done, but I set it aside for, I don't know, a couple of weeks, and then I picked it back up this past week and started working on it again, or the week before. I don't remember the weeks all run together. Here is what I'm using so far, -1. I think it's a DMC, and I don't remember which one it is. It's one of like the darkish, brownish, it's kind of like a brownish black. But this so far is what I have been using. I do get asked a lot to share the thread, or share the thread names that I'm using, but I change things out so often that I would hate to tell you that I've used a particular color when I decided not to. So when I'm all done, I usually will do a blog post, and then I will list the color changes there. And I will let you know when that happens, and it's usually not until I'm done. So, Anniversaries of the Heart, Pink Hill Manor, I finished it this past week. I also get asked for the color conversion that I used, and I did do a blog post showing my finished block. I'm telling you, I don't understand what's going on with this video. Deep breath, right? Deep breath. So, I finished this one. And on my blog, I did a blog post showing the finished piece and then the thread that I used. So I will put a link to that post so that way, if you are interested in seeing the colors that I used, that's where they will be listed. I also, before I show you, I also started on the Farmhouse. And this one is, I'm dedicating this one to my paternal grandparents who were berry farmers. And this one was dedicated to my maternal grandparents. And so here is my progress. Wow, it's starting to get where you can't fit it all in, and me too. So there is my Pink Hill Manor. And I went ahead and I put my grandparents' Roy and Yvonne's name. They were married in 1956. And somewhere in there is the initial of their, oh, right here. Right here is their two daughters, the first initials of their name. And then night before last, I started working on the Farmhouse, and I started the house last night while I was watching Grant on the History Channel, which that's a fantastic mini-series. So when I get that one done, I will share what thread I am using, because I do change it out. I don't even think I brought it in here. Nope, I did not. Because what happens is I'll start stitching and then I will change my mind and I will unpick it. So in my next video, hopefully I'll have that done or close to done, and I will have the thread to show you. Because what happened is I got busy doing other stuff, and I knew I was going to be working on that, and all I did was pull like the first 4 skeins of floss just to kind of start it, and then now I need to go and pull the rest of them. So, but that is my progress. That is a stitch along. BB Anniversaries 2020 is the hashtag that we are using. I'm co-hosting it with Deborah, who's Canopied Stitches on Instagram. Next up, Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain. This is one that I started with Christy, Crosshatch Quilts. We started it right before our Queen of Freedoms were finished, and we were looking for something that we wanted to work on together because we had fun working on our queens together, and we knew that, you know, working on it was kind of winding down, and we were a little sad, and so we were looking around to find something new, and she showed me this one, and we decided to stitch this as our new stitch to stitch together. And then as we showed it, lots of you guys were interested in joining us too, and so before long it became a SAL, and that SAL is called Lazy Autumn Beast SAL, because in the chart Kathy Barrick does call it the Beast. So I'm stitching mine on 40 count vintage country Mocha that I managed to find from Stash LLC on Etsy. And I am using a color conversion done by Jen of Quirks and Stitches. And so this is my progress so far. I am loving stitching on it. I'm having so much fun. It's so much fun to stitch, absolutely. And these are my threads. So gorgeous. All of my favorite autumn colors, all in one. So much fun. Somebody asked me who the designer was. It is Kathy Barrick, and it is Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain. I just realized that I might have forgot to tell you. Anniversaries of the Heart is stitched on 35 count Sand, and Land That I Love is 32 count Doubloon. I feel like I need like a do-over with my video, because I approached my video today and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna nail this. It's gonna go smooth. And then I sat down and I don't know, my brain's on vacation. My brain's on Groundhog Day. So next up, so I did finish my Queen of Freedom, and so this is what happened. I've been doing a lot of kitting for like the last month probably. I've been going through my stash and looking at the different charts, and oh yeah, I'm gonna stitch that one. I've got linen, I don't have linen, or maybe I have threads but no linen. And so I've begun kitting everything that I know that I want to stitch. And while I was going through the Mocking Basket of Whips, I discovered this one. This is by the Scarlett House. It's American Farmhouse. And I think I started this one last year during Stitch Mania. And I had intended on getting back to it sometime over the summer, and it never happened. I think I forgot. I mean, I knew it was in there, but I just kind of forgot about it. So when Queen of Freedom was done, I realized that it was time to go and pull out Autumn at Hawthorne Hollow, because that's the one that I had decided I was going to stitch next. But then I found this one that was started, and I realized maybe I should finish this one first, and then I'm going to do Autumn at Hawthorne Hollow. And what I do in my stitch rotation is on the weekend. The weekends are for a long-standing whip that's just been hanging out waiting for me to get back to it. And so this is definitely one of those, because I started this one back for Stitch Mania. And so this is the progress that I have so far. I left it in my scroll frame by accident. When I was pulling all of my stuff to do the video today, I accidentally left this one behind, and it wasn't until I ran back into my bedroom and I saw it propped up, and I went and grabbed it and brought it out here. So this is the scroll frame that I use. It is an artesian design lock scroll frame, and I love it. And it was, this is what Queen of Freedom was in for all these many months. And now American Farmhouse is in it until it's done. And once this is done, then I'm gonna start Autumn at Hawthorne Hollow. So I almost have the house all the way done. I'm stitching it on a piece of 36 count Ale by Picture This Plus. And I remember when I first started, so a lot of things have changed. I got a better light. So in between starting this one and now, I've gotten a better light. So I am able to see this a lot better, and I don't have any troubles stitching this at night. I'm stitching it 1/2 with the called for threads. And my needle minder is from Mad for Minders on Etsy, and it is Betsy Ross. So that is my progress on that. I think when I started back on stitching it, I only had the one quilt block done, and then I had the roof done. And so that was last weekend is when I started working on it. So these are my threads, and my little thread keeper. My thread bling is also Betsy Ross that Socks for Mom sent me. And I love it. All my thread bling is from Socks for Mom. I'm obsessed with all of her thread keeps because I love them. They're just so great. They're so wonderful. Every time she posts one, I'm just like, oh, but now I have to be like, Olivia, cool your jets for a little bit. Because I've been going crazy, kitting everything up. But yeah, so it's all Weeks Dye Works, except for I did not get grits. I used bamboo that I had in my stash. So there is that. That is all of my progress for the past 2 weeks. So it's really hard because I have wanted to, like right when I started this video, I wanted to show you my Queen of Freedom because she's been done for, well, I finished her Memorial Day. Christy and I did a Zoom meeting and we both put in the last stitch together, so that was so much fun. And of course then we chatted for 2 hours because it doesn't feel like 2 hours whenever we're doing a Zoom meeting and we sit there and we start talking. It only seems like a handful of minutes have passed when really it's been 2 hours, and we just have such fun when we're, you know, together and we're chatting about what we're working on and showing each other what we've been doing, and it's just so much fun. And so on Monday we did a Zoom meeting. Here's Queen of Freedom. And if you follow me on Instagram and you follow me on Facebook, you guys have already seen it, but here she is. She's so spectacular. I love her so much. And I have to admit that when she was done, I was kind of emotional. But she's so, so wonderful. I cannot wait to get her framed. I enjoyed every stitch. Honestly, this has been like, it's been the most fun I've had working on something since my Long Time Gone quilt. I just absolutely enjoyed every moment that I spent working on her. And I'm so happy that she's done. And then at the same time, I'm sad. But my husband told me that I can get her professionally framed. And when I was at Joann's and Hobby Lobby the other day, I saw that the Framers is still closed, so maybe they will reopen with phase 2. But originally I had said that I was going to get her, or I was going to have her framed by the 4th of July, and I don't know that that's going to happen with the Framers being closed. I don't know how much of a backlog that they have. In a dream world, she would be on my wall by the 4th of July, but hopefully I can get her framed and on the wall by the end of the summer. She's going to be a permanent decoration. So yes, I'm so in love with her. I love her so much. And thank you to everybody who cheered me on along the way, who left such wonderful comments on my Instagram and my Facebook. Thank you so much. I know I showed her a lot as I was going along, but I mean, truly, I have enjoyed working on her so, so much. A lot of you guys have started stitching her because you got swept up in the enthusiasm. Trust me, she is so much fun to work on. You are just absolutely going to love watching her unfold. It was just so much fun. And if you have her in your stash and you're not sure if you should start working on her, you should. You will love it. You'll have the best time ever. And please let me know that you're stitching on her because I would love to be able to cheer you on now. But thank you to all of you guys who have been so kind to me and cheering me on along the way. It was absolutely so much fun. And I'm so glad that she's done. I had to pause my video. I was getting a little emotional. Okay, so that is all of the cross stitch that I have to show for this video. But before you go, over the last 2 weeks, I hit a most amazing milestone, and that is I hit 5,000 subscribers, which honestly, that is beyond my wildest expectations. And I was blown away as it started to tick closer and closer to 5,000. I just could not believe that I was at that milestone. And I thank you all. I appreciate every one of you who, you come back every 2 weeks to see what I'm up to. You hit the like button, you subscribe, you interact with me across all social media, you leave great comments here and on Instagram and on Facebook. I just really appreciate it. You guys send me amazing cards. You spoil me. I am just absolutely blown away, honestly. So what we've been doing is every time I got a new subscriber, we would put a penny in a jar in the hopes that someday maybe I would hit 5,000 subscribers. It was just kind of like one of those long term, is probably going to take me 10 years down the road. And so every time, new subscriber, I'd put a penny in a jar. Or we'd put a penny in a jar. And when we hit 5,000 subscribers, I took the penny in the jar and I took it and I bought a $50 Visa gift card. And so for this giveaway, and I honestly wish I could give one to every single one of you, but I can only give one. And this way you can take this gift card, which you can use it anywhere Visa is accepted, and you can spend it in your favorite LNS or your online LNS, or really anywhere. If there's, if there's something pretty you want to get for your house, get it for your house. But the hope is that you will take it and spend it in your local needle workshop, because they can all use our help. And of course, to enter the giveaway, you must be a subscriber, you must like the video, and you must answer the question, which I had kind of a hard time figuring out what question I wanted to ask. But basically, I just want to know where you're from. So down in the comment section below, if you can just tell me where you're from, that's all you have to do. You just have to make sure that you're also a subscriber. And don't subscribe just to enter the giveaway. Subscribe because you like to come back, or you would like to come back, even though this video, I feel like I just don't have it together. Anyway, so once again, thank you so much to everybody who has, been with me on this journey along the way. All of the original subscribers, thank you. All of the new subscribers, thank you. I just really appreciate all of you. And I wish that there was a way that I could give you all something, but I can't. I can only give one. I will pick a winner in my next video, or I will pick a winner right before my next video, and I will announce it in my next video. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate all of you guys. Honestly, I would not be where I am today without all of you. So thank you, thank you. I appreciate it so much that you come back every 2 weeks. Thank you. So that being said, this is the end of where all the cross stitch will be. I have one quilt to show, and even that is just one quilt. So if you are not interested in seeing that one quilt, this is a great stopping off point, and I thank you all so much for being here today, and thank you so much for being a subscriber. I appreciate it. Have a great 2 weeks, and I will see you soon. Other than that, if you are interested in seeing a quilt, stay tuned. Let's talk about one single quilt. So the last couple of weeks, I have worked on a couple of different quilts. I've been doing quilting for clients, and I've also quilted a couple of my quilts. I've already shown those quilts in previous videos, so I didn't bring them in today. But as soon as I get binding on them, I'll make sure to show them. But I've been working on the mystery quilt, and I know a lot of you guys have been following along on my journey. A few things about the mystery quilt, because I do get asked this a lot. There's not a pattern. What it is that the small group that I am a member of, they were participating in the laundry basket quilts. She did a mystery quilt 2020. She started it back sometime in March. Maybe it was like towards the end of March, first part of April. It went for 15 days, and it was a mystery quilt along. And so some of the ladies in my group were participating in it. And one of the ladies was like, hey, I have an idea for a mystery quilt. And so we're all like, yeah, let's do it. That would be a fun group project to do, or a fun, like a quilt. Because we used to do, at least once a year, we would do like a quilt. Somebody would pick a quilt and we'd all do it. So it had been a long time since we had participated in a group quilt. So we all decided to do it. She gave us the dimensions, or what we would need for the quilt, and originally I wasn't going to participate, but my friend Retha told me, hey, let's do our scrappy. So mine is completely scrappy. I haven't decided yet if I like it or not, and I know that sounds really, really bad. Putting this quilt together was a nightmare, to say the least. It was not fun. There was more than one time that I wanted to take it and throw it away. It was not fun. It wasn't fun. And so maybe I have some of that residual resentment over it, and maybe I'll like it better when I quilt it, but I'm on the fence about this one. I really am. So I'm not going to be able to get the whole quilt in. One of the things is that all of the quilt blocks repeated a whole bunch of times. and I changed one thing, and that's the middle, and so I'll talk about that. I'll post a full picture of it as soon as I'm like in the end, the outro part of my video. I'll post a picture, and I did post it on Instagram and Facebook right before I started doing this video, which maybe that's why I'm a little bit like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in this video, because I don't know. Maybe it's the weather. It's just really hot. That's what it is. So I'll show it to you really quick. I'll talk about it. And then I know this video might be a long one, so I'll probably have to end it. But this is the quilt. And I know it's probably not showing up that good on camera. I'll show that. So it is all super scrappy out of my scrap bin. And then I'm going to talk about this middle block. So this one right here, this middle motif, this very middle motif here, I'm going to talk about a little bit. So when my friend released the final block, she showed the final block, and I was like, I didn't really like the final block. But I noticed that there was a start of a star, and I liked that. And I decided, since I knew that the middle block was 12.5, that I was going to look for a 12.5-inch block. Sorry about that. My allergies are really, maybe that's what my problem is. It's my allergies are acting up. My allergies are acting up, and so I feel like I have to sneeze all the time. But the middle motif was, because each row was, or each individual little block was 6.5 unfinished, so I knew that that middle block needed to be 12.5 inches unfinished. So I looked through all of my quilting books, and in Lori Holt's Vintage Christmas, there was a block. Let me pull the quilt again. Let me see what, hang on a second. There was this block right here. And I liked it because so the original block, you couldn't, I don't know, I didn't think it was gonna go very good on my quilt. So this one, it had the star, which mimicked that star. And then it was set on the diagonal or this stuff was set on the diagonal. So that way it was like a star within a star. That's what I was going for. Because the original quilt did not have that. And I would show a picture of it, but I'd have to get her permission and all that. But basically I knew for my particular quilt, it wasn't gonna work. Because I needed it to be something that was gonna, like, you know, because all of the quilt is sort of like frame. And so I thought, well, I need one more frame. And so that's why I picked that block. So it came out of Lori Holt's Vintage Christmas book. And it was perfect, and it worked out great. But then putting the quilt together, not so great. It was not fun. It's probably the least fun I've had. I had the whole quilt together, and I held it up, and somehow one of the points, the star points, it was just not fun. It was not fun. I said some sentence enhancers, and it almost ended up in the trash twice because it wasn't fun. But I think once it gets quilted, I will like it much, much better. I don't know, I'm still on the fence. I like it, and then sometimes I'm like, well, I don't know. But I think it's because this one is so, like, awesome. And then I was trying to recreate that look in this one. So we'll see after I get it quilted. I'm probably gonna love it. I probably will. Maybe a lot of it just has to do with the fact that over the past week I've been trying to assemble it, and it's been not fun. And maybe once all of that clears, I'll feel better about it. But that's all I've got to show you in the quilting. Although when I do the outro video, you're gonna see a quilt, and it's the one that's hanging up on the wall across the way. And I already have it put up on the wall, so I don't want to take it down, but I will put a picture of it at the end of the video. I have shown it before. I showed it back in March, I think. And it's another star quilt. This is just a little wall hanging. And it's all done out of Civil War Reproduction Fabrics, Kim Deal, because I love her. And I have it all quilted, bound, and it's hanging up on the wall now. So I will put a picture of that in the outro. And then once I take it down, I'll show it in another video over the summer. So, well, guys, this is the end of the video. I've been working on this video for 2 hours now. My family is probably waiting to be released from their bedrooms. No, they're not locked up, but anyway, so if you stuck around this long, thank you so much. Really, you guys are probably gonna leave me messages saying, your video was fine, stop apologizing. I think every once in a while you just have a video that's having a bad hair day. That's what it is. My video is having a bad hair day. We all have them. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and go, and I will be back in 2 weeks. Don't forget to enter the giveaway for the $50 Visa gift card. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I appreciate it so much. If you would like to see what I am up to in between the 2 weeks, you can always follow me on Instagram. I am Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. I have a Facebook page, Pumpkin Hollow Quilting. If you have any questions, you can either leave them in the comment section down below, or you can send me an email and I will put all that information down below in the description box. Also, I know that I've been getting questions about when I will be adding project bags back into my shop. I have some, I don't have a lot because I'm having a really hard time locating the interfacing that I use for my bags. I do have some. I have managed to find a little bit here and there, so there will be some going into the shop over the next 2 weeks, so just keep your eye out. And yeah, so other than that, I will see you in 2 weeks. I hope you have a great one. It's gonna be June soon, can you believe it? I hope wherever you are, the weather is fantastic. It's supposed to be 90 here today and muggy. So it's gonna be super fun, and then tomorrow it's gonna rain, typical Oregon. So anyway, don't forget to answer the question, which is, where are you from? And then that's all you need to do to enter the giveaway. Other than that, I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.